Young and the Restless. The tension in the air was palpable as Tucker and Mamie strode into the boardroom, announcing the urgent shareholders' meeting. The stakes were high, the agenda was clear, to vote on whether Billy would continue to serve as CEO or be ousted from his position. This unexpected turn of events had summoned every stakeholder, with Jill joining remotely, unable to be physically present but equally invested in the outcome. As the board members settled into their seats, the atmosphere grew increasingly charged. Jill's presence was felt through the large screen at the head of the table, her image slightly flickering but her determination unwavering. The other key players included Devon, Nate, Lily, Mamie, Tucker, and Billy, along with Abby and several other staff members who were keenly observing the proceedings. The meeting kicked off with fierce debate. Devon and Nate exchanged sharp words, their opposing views on Billy's leadership clear. Lily, caught between loyalty to family and professional integrity, voiced her concerns with measured words. Mamie, seated confidently beside Tucker, provided a strong counterpoint to Billy's defenders. Billy, sensing the tide turning against him, stood up and pointed an accusing finger at Tucker. "You have no right to be here," he declared, his voice echoing in the large room. "You're not a shareholder." Tucker's smirk was almost imperceptible, but it was Mamie who rose to her feet in response. "Tucker is my investor," she stated firmly. "He has every right to be present at this meeting. His stake in our company's future is significant." The room fell silent for a moment as everyone digested Mamie's words. Tucker's involvement added a new layer of complexity to the situation. Despite the initial shock, the board members began to murmur amongst themselves, weighing the implications of this revelation. Billy's face flushed with frustration. He glanced around the room, seeing the uncertainty in the eyes of his colleagues. Determined to regain control, he took a deep breath and addressed the board directly. "I understand the concerns and the stakes involved," he said, his tone more measured. "But I believe in the direction we are taking. I have always had this company's best interests at heart." Devon, ever the pragmatist, raised his hand to speak. "Billy, we've seen some progress under your leadership, but there have also been setbacks. This vote is not just about you, it's about the future of our company." The discussion raged on, with voices rising and falling in passionate argument. Abby, usually reserved in such meetings, found herself compelled to speak up. "We need stability," she urged. "This turmoil is affecting our employees and our business. We must make a decision that brings us together, not drives us further apart." Finally, it was time to vote. Mamie called the room to order, her presence commanding attention. "We will proceed with the vote," she announced. "Each of you knows what is at stake. Cast your votes wisely." One by one, the votes were cast. Devon, Nate, Lily, Mamie, Tucker, Billy, Abby, and Jill each placed their ballot in the box. The tension was almost unbearable as Mamie began to tally the votes. Every eye was on her, the room hushed in anticipation. After what seemed like an eternity, Mamie cleared her throat and read the results aloud. "The board has decided," she said, her voice steady. "Billy will remain as CEO." A collective sigh of relief seemed to sweep through the room. Billy closed his eyes briefly, his shoulders relaxing for the first time since the meeting began. Jill's image on the screen nodded approvingly, a rare smile playing on her lips. Tucker, maintaining his composure, offered Billy a curt nod. "Congratulations," he said, though the words seemed to carry a hint of challenge. Devon stormed out of the boardroom, his mind a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. His anger was palpable, a storm brewing within him, ready to erupt. He felt abandoned, unsupported, and worst of all, betrayed by the one person he trusted the most. The pain of Abby's vote against him gnawed at his heart, leaving a bitter taste of resentment. Abby, on the other hand, was not without her reasons. Her decision to support Billy was not made lightly or without thought. Abby believed in the importance of maintaining peace and stability within the company. She saw the potential for reconciliation between Devon and Billy and hoped that by keeping Billy on board, they could work through their differences and come out stronger on the other side. Abby knew the value of harmony and the dangers of division. She didn't want to see the company torn apart by conflict, and more importantly, she didn't want to see her husband consumed by hatred and anger. Abby's vote was a plea for unity, a call for calm in the midst of chaos. She hoped Devon could see beyond his immediate anger and understand her perspective.